Welcome to the Adelaide Youth Court. The Youth Court is for young people aged between 10 and 17 who are alleged to have committed crimes. This video will explain what happens if the police think you have been part of a crime and what happens at the Youth Court after you are arrested. This video will also explain how to apply for bail, what bail is, and what happens to you if the court gives you bail. If a young person is arrested, a police officer is responsible for the arrest and custody of the young person. If you are arrested by the police, you can be given police bail, or you may be taken into custody, then come to court to have a bail hearing. If the police decide to give you bail, you'll be released home. It is very important you come to court on a date and time they tell you. If you don't come to court on that day, you could be arrested or taken back into custody. If the police do not give you bail, you'll be taken to Kalana Tapa, which is the detention centre in South Australia for young people. Your charges will be heard in the youth court on the next working day. If you come to court for your hearing on police bail, you will go through security and sit in the waiting room. You will wait until you're called into court by the sheriff's officer. If you are at Kalana Tapa, you'll be part of the court hearing by video conference. If you want to ask the court for bail, you should talk to your lawyer before the court hearing. If you would like a lawyer, one will be provided whether you're at Kalana Tapa or at the court. If you are Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, you can request to have a lawyer from the Aboriginal legal rights movement. Your lawyer will talk to you and hear what you would like to say about your charge or charges. They will ask you about your family, where you live, what school you go to and how often you go, if you have a job and what types of support you have and what you think you might need. They will ask you to tell them a lot about yourself, including if you have had any physical or mental health problems, been in trouble before, or if you have been living out of home in alternate care. They will want to ask you about how you were interviewed by the police and if an adult or family was with you when you were interviewed. This is important. The lawyer will use this information to apply to the court for bail. Aboriginal Youth Justice Officer assists Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people by providing culturally appropriate information. You can ask them questions and talk to them. If you are at Kalana Tapa, you will stay there until the court decide if you get bail. If you are going to the court, you have to sit in the dock during the hearing. Your lawyer will explain to the court why you should get bail. Then, the police will explain if they agree if you should get bail. The court will decide after they hear about you and the charges.
Hi, I'm a magistrate at the Adelaide Youth Court. I will make the final decision about whether to give you bail. A bail agreement is an agreement between you and the court. You agree to come back to court on another day, and the court agrees to release you from custody. The court trusts that you will come back to court on a later date at a time when the judge and magistrate will tell you. The bail agreement will also have other things in it about what you must do or must not do while you are on bail until you come back to court. For example, the bail agreement could say that you must obey a curfew. This means that you would have to be home between certain hours such as 9 o'clock in the evening until 7 o'clock in the morning. Your bail agreement could include electronic monitoring or home detention. This means that you wear a bracelet and that where you go is monitored and reported to Youth Justice. It could say that you must attend drug and alcohol counselling if a Youth Justice officer tells you to. It could say that you're not allowed to go to certain places or be with certain people, such as other people who are involved in the crime that you have been accused of. And it could say that you have to attend school. If the court gives you bail, you must follow all the rules in your bail agreement. If you are not able to live with a parent or other suitable person while you are on bail, the court will try to find a suitable place for you to live until your court case has finished. The address will be written in your bail agreement. You will have to live there while you are on bail. Sometimes the bail agreement will say that you must live where a Youth Justice officer tells you to. If the court decides that they need more information before deciding about bail, they will ask Youth Justice to look at your case and write a bail assessment report. This report will give the court information about where you can live and what help you may need so you can come back to court on the next court date. If you are given bail, the magistrate or judge will check that you understand the bail agreement. You may need to see a Youth Justice officer after the hearing. Your bail may also include supervision by a Youth Justice officer for a period of time, which means that you must follow what they say. Once you are given bail, you can leave the court and do not have to stay in custody. You must, however, come back on another day to complete your court case.
If the youth court gives you bail, the sheriff's officer will take you out of the courtroom and ask you to wait. When the bail papers are ready, you'll be asked to come to the registry front counter to sign your bail agreement. We will check with you that you understand it before you sign it. Once you've signed it, you are free to leave the youth court. A copy of the bail agreement can be given to police officers near where you live. They may check that you are following the bail agreement. If the place you are living changes or you want to change your bail agreement, you will need to speak to a lawyer. They can apply to the court for your bail to be changed. You must come back to court on the date and time in your bail agreement. I hope this video has helped you to understand what may happen after you are arrested and the bail process. If you need further information, please speak to a lawyer.